Hi, my name is Colby Sharp. I am a 5th grade teacher in Parma, Michigan, and today we're going to be talking about read alouds. It's one of my absolute favorite things to do as a teacher, and more specifically, we're going to be talking about selecting the last read aloud of the year. Are you ready? Let's I often ask educators to share a positive reading memory from their childhood, and almost everyone talks about a book that was read aloud to them as a child. Almost every single person has that positive memory around read aloud. Maybe it was a book your 4th grade teacher read you, maybe it was a book your mom read you before bed, maybe it was a book a family member, a caregiver, someone read to you aloud. We connect with stories that way, and it's just an amazing, amazing experience. The only books that I remember reading aloud as a child came from read aloud. My favorite books as a child were books that were read aloud to me, whether it was James and the Giant Peach, or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or Hatchet, or Tales of 4th Grade Nothing, Ramona, Charlotte's Web. All of those books were read aloud to me as a child. And so often the books that I found success with as an independent reader were other books by those same authors in those same series. Read aloud matters. Reading aloud changes lives. And because read aloud matters, selecting the last read aloud in a school year is so important. It is the last book that they're going to remember. It is the last book that is going to be in their hearts. It's going to be one of the last memories they have of that school year. And we don't want to mess it up. I feel like an extra set of pressure this year now that I'm a 5th grade teacher. I was a 3rd grade teacher last year. But as a 5th grade teacher, I find that this decision of what is going to be our last read aloud is this huge burden on my shoulders, because I know that middle school is a different world for a lot of students, and for a lot of teachers are not able to find time to read aloud to their students like a whole novel. So like this, for some of my students, this could be the last book that is ever read aloud to them. It's a big deal. It's a lot of pressure. I have to get this right. So in trying to decide the last read aloud, the first thing I did is I went to Twitter and said, I'm trying to decide my last read aloud and I'm stressed. And everyone just poured in suggestions. And as all of these suggestions kept coming in and people were suggesting wonderful books, I thought to myself, there's no one in the world who has a clue of what this last read aloud can be except me, because I know these kids so well. I know the stories we've shared together. I know the books that we've fallen in love with. I know the scenes in books that we've cried over and when we've laughed. I can remember those moments when we read holes where the pieces started to come together. And I remember reading the last page of Jason Reynolds' Ghost and their shock in the way that it ended. I know my readers. So I have to find the perfect book to end the year with. The perfect book for them to hold in their hearts, hopefully forever. You're probably wondering, what book did I select? After just agonizing over this and after stressing over this, I did come to the realization that it is about what book is best for my kids, my students. And I'm not saying that this book is going to be the best for any other group of students. The book's not even out. But I feel that it was the book that my students needed to leave elementary with. A book that my students needed in their hearts forever. And that book is Kate DiCamillo's Louisiana's Way Home, which is a companion to her beautiful novel, Rainy Nightingale. And the reason that I selected Louisiana's Way Home is because for me, it feels like a book of hope. It is a book of a girl whose life is hard, who can't control some things in her life, but finds hope in other ways and in other people and ultimately in herself. And I feel like that message for my students is so important as they head off into middle school and as they continue their journey to adulthood and they continue their educational journey. I just want them to know that no matter what other people are doing in their family or no matter what's going on in their lives, they can find a way, that they are in control of themselves, and that when life gets you down, it's about who picks you up and how you get up and who helps you, and finding those people in your life that when you ask for one bologna sandwich, they give you 2. Louisiana's Way Home is an amazing book. Every sentence feels perfect. But more than just the great writing, I feel that the hope in this book and overcoming things that you can't control is a message that a lot of my students need. And I hope that this book stays in their hearts for the rest of their lives. I would love to know how you select the last book that you read aloud to your students. Let me know down in the comments below what book you're picking and how you picked it, what helped you to decide that. Thank you so much for tuning in. It means the world to me. Have an awesome-tastic day. Happy, happy reading.